This is Sheet Street in Bethlehem, but this will be a common sight in eastern cities for decades to come. It's the site of utility crews replacing aging cast iron gas line. Linde Corporation utility crews travel over 100 miles daily to work in the Lehigh Valley, where UGI is planning to spend over $1 billion during the next decade to replace these old gas lines, some of which have been in the ground for a century. UGI calls it the Accelerated Cast Iron and Bare Steel Main Replacement Program, and 26 crews, like this Linde crew, are on the job. This is called an insertion job and fundamentally requires crews to dig up old lines, tap into them, and then insert high-density polyethylene, or HDPE pipe, inside the old lines. The first step is to dig up the street and expose the old main. The next step is to cut off the gas. This requires balloons in the pipe, and the process is actually called bagging the main. The holes are drilled with an air tap. This is bagging the main. A series of balloons and pressure gauges are inserted into the pipe and inflated to cut off the flow of natural gas. The balloons are inflated and the pressure is carefully monitored to be sure there are no gas escapes. Once the main is closed off, it's time to break into the pipe. This is done with a pipe cutter or cast iron chain snap. After opening the pipe, the HDPE is inserted into the main. You notice the yellow wire? It is inserted along with the pipe so that metal detectors can determine its location once the pipe is buried underground. This section of work stretches over 1,250 feet and will bring new service to 22 homes when it's completed. The pipe is inserted in sections which have to be joined together. First, the collar is clamped in place between the two ends to be fused. Then electrodes are attached to the collar. HDPE can be fused together with an electrical charge which melts the inside of the collar with the outside of the pipe. Workers then use a wand to scan the barcode on the collar. That information is transmitted to the Freomat machine. It tells the Freomat machine the make and model of the fitting, then determines how much current to deliver and for how long to complete the successful fusion. Once the new plastic line is inserted, it's time to run the lines to the houses. The gas is controlled with a vise or squeeze-off tool which crimps the line so the lateral to each home can be run off the larger line. Crews use a bullet to punch a hole so the lateral can connect with each gas meter and home. The bullet runs off an air compressor. And when the bullet gets to its destination, it has created a hole ready for the residential service to be reattached to the house. This is a completed inserted service, traveling under the pavement and connecting to the new residential gas meter. A relatively straightforward process, repeated 22 times just here on Sheet Street in Bethlehem.